Hello everyone! It's time to learn math with Ma'am Liani. Are you ready? Then come on, join me and let's begin!
In today's lesson, you will learn to illustrate rational algebraic expressions. The objectives: you illustrate rational algebraic expression, you give the domain of a rational algebraic expression, and you perform the assigned task accurately. Let's have a review of polynomials. What is a polynomial? A polynomial is defined as an expression which is composed of variables, constants, exponents that are combined using the mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In polynomials, there should be no division by a variable. Any variables in the expression must have whole number exponents or positive number exponents. For example, you have 2x minus x cubed. This is a polynomial. Why? You can see that the exponent of the variable x here is a whole number 1. And here, it has an exponent of a whole number 3. Okay? In this second example, you have 3 plus a minus 4a squared plus a cubed. You notice that the variables a here have positive number exponents. Alright? Another thing is a plain number can also be a polynomial or monomial since it's only a single number, a plain number. Okay? So 5 is an example, 37, 21, or any plain number is considered a monomial under, of course, the family of polynomial. All right. Polynomials must contain no square roots of variables, no fractional or negative exponents on the variables, and no variables in the denominators of any fractions. This is not a polynomial term. 6x to the power of negative 2. Why? You're right. It's because you can see a negative exponent. Okay? The next example, 1 over x squared. This is also not a polynomial term. Why? Yes, it's because the variable is in the denominator. Remember, there should be no division by a variable for any polynomial. Okay, and the third example, the square root of x. This is also not a polynomial term. Why? Yeah, very good, because the variable is inside the radical sign or inside the square root symbol. It says here, it must contain no square roots of variables. So these are common examples of expressions that are not polynomials. If you can see this in any term, then that expression is not a polynomial. All right? Go to the definition of rational algebraic expression. This is now our main topic for this module. A rational algebraic expression can be expressed as a quotient of two polynomials where the denominator is not equal to 0. In symbols, we can write P over Q, where P and Q are polynomials, and the Q, the denominator here, should not be equal to 0. Why? What happens when we divide any value by a 0? Yes, it becomes undefined, or the answer is infinite. There is no answer actually, or we simply call it undefined. Now, look at this three different examples. 2y squared plus 13y plus 15 over y plus 1. Okay, this is our P. This is our P, and this is our Q. Both of them are polynomials, and so we can say that this is a rational algebraic expression. Next, y plus 1 is a polynomial. Y minus 3 is also a polynomial. And since our denominator is not 0, then we can say that this is a rational algebraic expression. Okay, third, 9 over x squared plus x minus 12. Both numerator and denominator are polynomials. And our denominator is not equal to 0. And therefore, we can say that this is also a rational algebraic expression. Here are examples of not rational algebraic expressions. X to the power of 2 over 3 plus 1 over 9. This is not a rational algebraic expression because you can see a fraction in the exponent. Okay? Next, x squared plus square root of x minus 3 over y plus 1. The numerator is not a polynomial because you can see you have a square root of a variable. So therefore, this is not a rational algebraic expressions. The third one, y minus 3 over x squared plus square root of x minus 3. This is also not a rational algebraic expressions. As you can see in the denominator, you have square root of the variable x. This is not a polynomial, and so therefore, the whole expression is not rational algebraic expressions. I'd like you to try this out. For question 1, which of the following is not a rational algebraic expression, and why? Okay? Yes, you're right. The answer is letter D. So if you look at letter D, it has a square root of a variable in there. That makes it not a rational algebraic expressions. All the rest are rational algebraic expressions. Okay, number 2. Which of the following are rational algebraic expressions, and why? Okay, very good. The answer is letter A. It's 4x minus or over x plus 10. All the rest are not rational algebraic expressions. It's because you can see here you have a square root of a variable. Here you have a fraction in the exponent. And you have here a square root of a variable as well. So in that case, we only have letter A for your answer. Alright? The rest, you can continue on working out in your module. Okay, this time we will find the domain of rational algebraic expressions. What is a domain? Domain is the set of real numbers which can be used to replace a variable in a rational algebraic expression. Di ba palaging may variable sa rational algebraic expression? Ano yung mga pwedeng value ng variable na yon? Ano yung mga pwede nating i-replace or i-substitute sa variables na yon para magkaroon tayo ng sagot sa ma-evaluate natin yung rational algebraic expression. Yon yung tinatawag na domain. Now, how do we find the domain? To get the domain of a rational algebraic expression, first, you set the denominator to 0. And then, you find the solution set of the resulting equation. Okay, let's try that. 1. What is the domain of a over 2? In this example, there is no variable in the denominator. If this is the case, 2 kasi yung denominator natin. It's a number, it's a constant. So, hindi pwedeng maging 0 yan. Therefore, there is no possibility that the denominator will become 0 because it is 2. So, every time we substitute a value of a, there will always be a value, an answer. Okay? If that's the case, its domain is the set of all real numbers. So, yung domain ng algebraic expression na ito, a over 2, is the set of all real numbers. Pwedeng mag-substitute sa value ng a. Okay? Number 2, find the domain of k over k plus 3. Alright? First, here, we can set the denominator to 0 kasi we have a variable in the denominator. If we are doing this, actually, we are looking for what value of k will make the denominator 0. And to answer that, we will solve the equation. K plus 3, sulat na natin yon. K plus 3 equals 0. Kopyahin mo yung denominator na may variable, then equal mo yan to 0. Tapos, isosolve mo na itong equation for k. Since we have 3 here, dapat k lang ang maiwan dito. We will use addition property of equality. Okay, we'll add a negative or subtraction. Parehas lang yan. So, mag-subtract tayo dito sa left side, mag-subtract 3 din tayo sa right side. This is k plus 3 minus 3. That will become 0 na. 3 minus 3 is 0. What is left there? K na lang. 0 minus 3 here becomes negative 3. Okay? If this means that if k is equal to negative 3, pag yung k natin dito ay maging negative 3, negative 3 plus 3 will become 0. So, ibig sabihin, k which is negative 3, the expression is meaningless or undefined. Kasi k or any value divided by 0, kung negative 3 ito, di ba 0 na itong sum nila, negative 3 plus 3 will become 0, eh wala nang value. Undefined na yung expression natin. So that means, the solution set now, or the domain, is the set of all real numbers except negative 3. So, lahat ng real numbers, wag lang yung negative 3. Kasi kung negative 3 ang value ng k, okay doon sa taas. Pero dito sa baba, magiging 0 yung denominator. Di ba sabi natin sa rational algebraic expression kanina, yung denominator must not be equal to 0. Eh, anong case pag maging 0 yung denominator? If k is equal to negative 3. So, ilagay natin yon na exception. Hindi siya kasama sa domain. Okay? I hope you understand. So that now, let's move to the next example. This is supposed to be equation or question number 3. Okay, number 3 natin yan. Find the domain of 3xy. Yan. 3xy over x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, mapapansin ninyo may variable sa denominator. So, first, we will set denominator equal to 0. So, x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So, isosolve natin ngayon yung value ng x dito na magbibigay sa value ng denominator equal to 0. Para masolve natin ito, we will apply factoring. Makikita nyo dito na, example ito ng general trinomial. So we will apply the method of factoring general trinomial. Since we have the value of a here, the coefficient of the squared term is 1. Okay, we will apply now our method. Okay, remember method 1 when we did our lesson last week? So here you will find a product of 6, a factor of 6 I should say, sorry, that will add into 5. So ano-ano ba yung dalawang factors ng 6 na mag-a-add ng 5? Okay, you are right. You have 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 will give you 6. And then if you add 3 plus 2, that will give you 5. So our answer will fit in to the factors of x squared plus 5x plus 6. So isulat mo na dito yung 3. Yung isa naman, isulat mo yung factor na 2. Okay, remember, 3 and 2 are factors of 6 that will add into 5. That's why this will fit into the factors of the given trinomial. Okay? From here, you now apply the zero property as I have given you in the third lesson of our module 2. Okay? The zero property says that if for any two real numbers, a times b equals 0, a can be 0 or b can be 0 or both a and b can be 0. So if these two factors, the product of these two factors is equal to 0, then we can say x plus 3 equals 0, or we can say x plus 2 is equal to 0. And from here, we can find the value of x. So x here is x plus 3, we can say equal to 0. And we will solve for x. By addition property of equality again, we add negative. So 3 minus 3, and we have to minus 3 here on the other side of the equation. So this will become 0 now. X equals negative 3. Okay? On the other equation, x plus 2 equals 0. We will have to add negative 2 to both sides of the equation. Okay? So x plus 2 minus 2, this will become 0. The answer there is x. And then here, it's equal to 0 minus 2. So our answer here is negative 2. Alright? Therefore, our solution set will be, its domain is the set of all real numbers except, what are the exception? That's negative 3 and x is negative 2. It is because when our x is negative 3, our denominator will become 0. When our x is negative 2, our denominator will become 0. And our expression will become undefined if these two are the value of x. All the rest, like 1, 5, 7, negative 20, and all real numbers except this negative 3 and negative 2 will be value, or they can replace the value of x in this rational algebraic expression. Okay? Now, alright, sa ngayon naman, it's your turn. You try to do these activity questions. You pause the video for a while, and then balikan nyo lang at i-check yung inyong mga sagot. Nasa hulihan ang sagot sa mga activities na ito. Alright?